Guys, can we be honest for a second? You know, we all know that Nintendo 64 as well as Sega Genesis is being added onto Nintendo Switch Online services at an expansion price or whatever you want to go ahead and call it, which we don't even know how much it costs, but it's coming nonetheless. And that's hype. I myself am hyped because I never had an N64 growing up. I never had a Sega Genesis. So there's a lot of titles that I missed out on. Some, which are really only two out of everything that they talked about during the Nintendo Direct. I just never had the chance to play anything else but those two, and that's Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. And that is simply because of the Zelda collection that came with the Nintendo GameCube. Now, pushing that aside, there are a ton of titles that are coming on that they're all new to me. There are a couple of other titles that are there, and we can speculate a little bit based off of what they've shown so far. What are some titles that you like? What are some titles that you want to go ahead and see on the service? Let me know in the comments below, and let's go ahead and get into it.
TGR.
On September 23rd, 2021, there was a Nintendo Direct, and in that Nintendo Direct, they had a pretty much huge bomb, and like we all expected either Game Boy games to come on or Game Boy Color games to go ahead and pop up, which that's still a possibility in the realm of things. But N64, that was another thing that we personally saw coming. But Sega Genesis? What? Sega Genesis games? There are a lot of titles in both libraries that are going to be added onto the service, and it kind of has me hyped, not gonna lie. At launch, there's going to be Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64, Yoshi Story, Zelda Ocarina of Time, Win Back, Mario Tennis, Dr. Mario 64, and Sin and Punishment 1. Sin and Punishment 1, after watching Onyx play through Sin and Punishment 2, is kind of hype. I never thought that I would get the opportunity to play this game, and I don't even think it had a Western release. Let me know in the comments below if this is a thing. They did mention that there's going to be other titles that are going to be added on a later date. They went ahead and they teased The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, Mario Golf, Pokemon Snap, F-Zero X, Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards, Paper Mario, and Banjo-Kazooie. On top of everything that they went ahead and showed for N64, on the N64 side of things, they also had the Sega side of things, which is just insane. I'm still kind of blown away that they even came out with that to begin with. But let's go ahead and go over it. So that you have Castlevania Bloodlines, Contra Hardcore, Dr. Robotnik, Mean Bean Machine, Echo the Dolphin, Golden Axe, Gunstar Heroes, Musha, Phantasy Star 4, Rise Star, Shining Force, Shinobi 3, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Streets of Rage, and Strider. Guys, this is insane. I'm still blown away. Also, because some of these are great, like Konami is in this. Konami, probably one of the most greedy companies in all of Japan, wanted to go ahead and get into this. Either that or they were graciously paid in and got a sweet deal to get their name and their game into this collection that is coming onto NSO. Nintendo didn't say that they're going to be adding more titles onto the Sega Genesis side of things. Maybe they might add more things later on. If you're a Sega Genesis kid, what are some titles that I should definitely keep an eye out when it comes to this NSO offering and this NSO collection? Now, when it comes to games that can potentially be added onto the N64 side of things, we can kind of speculate a little bit. There are some titles that just make sense. For example, Donkey Kong 64 or Diddy Kong Racing. Those are two titles that I just see naturally popping up onto the platform as well. Super Smash Bros., the original Super Smash Bros. Imagine, mind you, imagine if we got online with Super Smash Brothers, the original. That's like insane. Kind of ironic that we're gonna get that, or potentially get that, before Melee got that, but whatever, I digress. On top of that, because we got Pokemon Snap, one can speculate that we're going to see Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2. Guys, again, I never owned an N64, but going to my friend's house growing up and being able to play some of these titles, Pokemon Stadium was just all levels of hype. I had Pokemon Red, had Pokemon Blue, don't know what happened to my blue copy, but we also had Pokemon Yellow version. My sister and I would go ahead and play, trade Pokemon, and just literally just have crazy battles and stuff. And then when we went to my friend's house, we did that on screen. It was just nuts, man. So many memories. I would love to be able to go ahead and play that alongside with everybody else online. There are other titles that I could see happening, but in and of itself, those are the ones that I definitely want to go ahead and pop up on the N64 side of things. One thing that they did mention, though, is that there's going to be an N64 controller as well as a Sega Genesis controller. Both of them, I'm assuming, are going to work over the Bluetooth that is already on the Switch. It seems like it's going to be interesting. I hope that they're well built, because I remember playing N64 and the analog stick being extremely weak to the point where it was almost kind of just non-existent and inputs are kind of all over the place. I never played a Sega Genesis, so I don't know if those controllers are well made or not, what the experience is like growing up, but it seems like it's going to be hype. Each of them are going to be available at $49.99. I don't think that the dates as of the time of this recording, which is September 29th, 2021, we don't know when they're going to be released. We don't know when this expansion is going to come out, and we don't know the cost of said expansion. I hope that we learn more information soon, and that honestly, we get an opportunity to play as many games as possible on both the N64 and Sega Genesis. Guys, thank you very much for your time. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Let me know in the comments what you're most excited about. And if there are any games that I didn't mention, tell me them. Just tell me them. I want to learn. I am a noob. Show me. See you guys later. Peace.
Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more and stay up to date, subscribe, hit the little bell, and join our Discord.
If you want to support the channel, please check out our Patreon or hit the join button below. As always, thanks for your support and thanks for watching.